The adventure touring segment has been growing very rapidly in our country. Manufacturers are bringing in motorcycles that can take you to places with a lot of ease, comfort, and at the very same time can do some mild off-roading. This is Suzuki's take on the adventure touring segment. And hi guys, and welcome to Drive Spark. I'm Promeet Ghosh, and today what we are riding is the Suzuki V-Strom 650. Please stay tuned to this video as we tell you everything you need to know about this sport adventure tourer. Starting off with the front end, the very first thing that you will notice that this V-Strom gets a long beak that extends all the way towards the outside, and right above that is the headlamp unit. Now this is a dual headlamp unit, but unfortunately you do not get an LED headlamp unit. Both of these, high beam and the low beam, are halogen bulbs. Even the DRL is a halogen bulb, so that is a bit disappointing. Overall guys, the front end looks really big and really nice. You get this windscreen. Now this windscreen can be adjusted, but you need a pair of tools and you need to stop by to do that, because you have to unbolt these screws over here and you can take it out, and this is right now at the highest setting. So there are 3 settings, so once you take it out you can adjust and put it back. I mean, they are not gonna move automatically on the move. You have to manually do it. That is a bit of a pain, but overall guys, the front end looks really good. It looks really commanding, and plus you get the V-Strom badging over here and the Suzuki logo over there. So from the front, the motorcycle looks really cool. So this is the instrument cluster of the V-Strom, and as you can see that this gets a partly digital, partly analog cluster. So let me just switch it on. So once you switch it on, you see that the tachometer is analog, and for the speedometer and the rest of the things it's digital. You can see there is TC, traction control, ABS, and a lot of telltale lights over here. You get separate lights for the indicators. You get one for the high beam, and you have an adjust button over here that you can adjust the trip meters and all. So this is the gear positioning sensor. This is for the speed. This is for the engine temperature. You have a lot of things. You can see over here, you have 2 trip meters over here, as you can see. Then there is battery voltage. You can see over here there's a battery voltage meter, and you have the average. You can calculate the average of the motorcycle. You have a distance to empty, that's the range. And plus, if you see over here, there is TC written. So this is the traction control, and you can switch it off completely. Now there are 2 modes of traction control. You can see that this is selecting. Now this is 2 is for rain, 1 is for dry, and this you can just switch it off completely and have some fun on the mud. So that's the instrument cluster. It looks really cool. And over here you can see you get a power socket, a 12-volt charging socket that comes standard, so you can plug in and charge your phone on the go. Now, as I told you, from the front the motorcycle looks really good and really awesome, but when you come to the side and you see the motorcycle from the side, that is when you realize that this motorcycle is a long, tall and a big motorcycle. And as you can see that I am a 6 feet plus person, and you can see the size of the motorcycle. It is really huge. Now this gets a really good yellow color with the blacked out theme. So again, the paint scheme is really awesome. Now let's talk about the engine of the V-Strom. So this is powered by a 645cc V-twin engine that produces 70 bhp and 62 Nm of torque. Now that does not sound much on paper, but this bike has some really awesome mid-range and top end. I mean, it is mated to a 6-speed gearbox the shifts are really awesome and really smooth. The clutch of the motorcycle is really light. It does not tire you out even on long rides. I mean, the engine, it has a lot of punch. I mean, 70 bhp does not sound much for a tourer and a motorcycle this size, but once you are on the go and you twist the throttle, it just shoots. I mean, there is enough and more power for you to cruise on the highway at triple-digit speeds. One more thing, this motorcycle returns a very good mileage of close to 18 to 20. This is a 20-liter tank, and if you brim it up, you can go 400 kilometers. You can go beyond 400 kilometers if you ride at a very constant pace, like you're cruising at triple digits. So yeah, I mean, fuel economy wise, this motorcycle is really awesome. And let me just tell you what all is aftermarket in this bike. So you can see that this gets these crash guards over here. Now this is number one, that is aftermarket. It does not come stock. Second, you will see that this is standing on a main stand. Now this main stand does not come stock with the motorcycle. You have to get it fitted aftermarket. Plus it gets an additional chain covering over here, that is also aftermarket. And the last thing is this top box. Now let me just tell you about this top box. So this top box is really awesome. To open this, you need to just put the key, twist it, this handle will come up, there's a button over here, you press it, it opens, and there you go. This is a 55-liter top box, and you can fit 2 full-size helmets in it completely and just close it. If you are going alone, you can fit your own helmet and some clothing over here, and this is really helpful. So to close it, just twist it out and put it back. Now if you want to remove the top box, you just have to do this again, and there's a button over here. You press this and the top box will just come off. It is very easy to install it, and once the top box is installed, it acts as a backrest for the pillion passenger. Now since we're talking about pillion passenger, let me tell you, this seat is really awesome. Now this motorcycle has a seat height of 835 mm. That is really awesome, and for me, I'm a tall person, so it is very comfortable for me to maneuver in the city and put my legs down. But for shorter people, it will not be a pain for them to ride this motorcycle, but when they have to maneuver through traffic, tiptoed, shall be a problem. Now the seat is really cushiony, it's really wide and it's really broad, especially the rider seat. You can see it's scooped up, and I mean you get a lot of place to sit. Plus the passenger seat is really awesome, it's really wide also, and the passenger will not have a problem riding with you for long distances. You also get these wide handlebars and these hand guards over here that look really cool from the front. And overall guys, I mean if you see the riding position, if I just sit on this motorcycle, so yeah, you can see that I have a very upright riding position. The pegs are placed at a very perfect place. They don't tire out the rider, and if you are doing some mild off-roading, I mean you can just stand up this motorcycle, and because this handlebar is a bit tall, you can just stand up and ride it also. I mean it's not like you have to bend over too much, but I'm a tall person, might be a bit difficult for me, but people who are a bit short, off-roading with this motorcycle is really awesome. You can also opt for an aftermarket handlebar that's a bit taller and towards you, so that you can get the very right riding position on this motorcycle. So yeah guys, from the side, I mean this motorcycle looks absolutely gorgeous. You can see that this gets these golden rims. Now these rims look really nice. Now these are spoked wheels, and these spoked wheels are tubeless. It gets a 19-incher on the front and 17-incher on the rear. It gets dual discs at the front. Braking is phenomenal. You get an adjuster for the brake lever. You get you can adjust it in 5 ways. Now that's really cool. They should have given it for the clutch also. And the rear, you get a single disc. Also you can see a knob over here. Now this knob is basically for you to adjust the rear monoshock. You can make it soft or hard according to how you want to ride the motorcycle. So yeah guys, I mean this is a really well equipped motorcycle, and this looks really gorgeous. You get these rails over here, these side rails, where you can also mount some panniers. You can buy panniers from the Suzuki dealership, aftermarket dealership, and you can just mount it. Also this exhaust, it gets a wide exhaust, and the exhaust note is really nice. I'll just make you hear that. So yeah, it's a really awesome motorcycle guys, and from the side it just looks amazing. So guys, that was the Suzuki V-Strom 650 XT, and this comes the next showroom price of 7.5 lakh. That is ex-showroom pan India. This is a really good looking motorcycle, and it has got some really awesome features. So I hope I explained the motorcycle well to you. If you need to know anything else, please mention it down in the comment section, and we'll get back to you on that. Until then, if you have liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe to all our social media channels. Till then, I'm Promit signing out. See you next time. Thank you for watching.